What's up, guys? I'm Dwayne,
I'm Alicia.
and this is Blackboard Gaming, where I teach you about all the great board games that are out there waiting to be played by you and yours.
I'm a simple man, don't wanna complicate you, complicate you.
So, in a recent episode, we were talking about a game, and my wife was just gushing over the components.
I was not gushing.
Yes, you were. You were gushing, but it was cool, you know.
Okay.
So I thought that would be a fun top 5 to do. So I decided to let's do a top 5 components in board games, and I invited her to do it with me. So I think components are very essential to the board game. Now, like I said, I'm not a big fan of Monopoly, but when I played Monopoly, I always wanted to be the little race car. And that was the appeal of the game. That drew me in. Like, I'm racing around the board. So I think components add a lot to board games.
They really do. When they are done well, they add to the visual appeal of board games, and they enhance the theme.
Yeah, I mean, I love when they put the amount of detail in the components.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So, first off, we made our list separately. So, this was her idea. And so, I don't know what's on her list. She doesn't know what's on my list. Now, but there were some rules set in place.
So the component has to be a specific component of that game. So you can't pick a general component like I like dice.
Right.
You can say I like the dice in Sagrada because it's so colorful, but not I like dice.
Right. You can't do that. So it has to be specific.
The second restriction was it has to be in the base game.
So no Kickstarter, no upgraded components, no deluxe. It has to be in the base game.
And the last restriction was it could not be a miniature.
Yeah, so my wife hasn't played a lot of games with miniatures. Well, you got Takenoko, but that's it. But I think miniatures deserve a discussion all their own because there's some great miniatures out there. So, are you ready?
I am ready.
You sure?
Yes.
All right, now, ladies first.
Can I do an honorable mention?
All right. Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead. If I can do one.
Yes, you may.
All right, go for it.
All right, so my honorable mention is the tree in Everdale.
The tree in Everdale?
The tree in Everdale. I love that tree. It gives the game great table presence. I just think that tree is a really cool component of Everdale.
Yeah, I mean, so the way I look at it, it adds to the table presence.
It really does.
It does. I mean, it's not needed, really, but it just adds to the table presence.
Yes.
All right, so my honorable mention, it almost was in my top 5, but there are some that I just could not leave out. And that is the little painter tokens in Kanagawa. I love the way those little painting tokens look. The fact they also got the little bamboo board that you can put under the cards, but those little painter tokens are really nice. I like that. Okay. All right. Now for the meat. Let's go. What's your top 5?
So my number 5 is, and this was hard. This was the hardest one for me to narrow down, but my number 5 are the towels in Azul. I love them because they're so pretty, and the patterns are so visually interesting, and I just think it really enhances the theme of the game.
Yeah, I like Azul. I love Azul, and I love the little, I think they're ceramic, I'm not sure.
Yes.
But I love the tiles in Azul.
Yes.
That's not on my top 5, though. All right, you ready for my top?
Yes.
Okay. So my number 5 is the elusive, specifically the elusive ghost pepper in Scoville. I love all the little chili peppers, but the elusive ghost pepper just stands out for the rest. And I love that. It's like a sense of achievement when you actually are the first one to grow that pepper. You know that, and I love that. And I like that they're different. All the peppers in the game are different sizes. But yeah, I love the ghost pepper. So
Okay. So my number 4 is the bamboo in Takinoko. I just think that bamboo is so adorable. The different colors. I mean, that whole game is adorable. But I like the bamboo in Takinoko.
all right, okay, we gotta play that. We gotta bring that back to the table. I like because I kind of wanted the they have like a deluxe where the bear, you know how small the bear is.
Yeah.
But the deluxe, the bear's like this big.
Really?
Yeah, and the tiles are big, and the
Really?
bamboo things are this big.
Wow.
Yeah.
I would love to see that. I
Yeah,
would
it's
love
pretty
to
cool.
See that.
So, all right. So my number 4 is nostalgia. I mean, the poker chips in Splendor. I love the poker chips in Splendor. I love when that's our like one of our top family games. And when you're playing that game, you're sitting there just making that noise with the chips in your hand, like, oh man, gosh, I love playing that game. Those are really. They could have came with little rocks or something like that, but they made these big hefty poker chips.
Actually, that almost made my list. And I love, like you say, I love just the feel of them, the weight of them. It's just
Yeah.
fun to handle them.
Yeah, I love playing Splendor. All right, so that's 5 and 4 are down. All right, what's your number 3?
Okay. So my number 3 are the resources in parks. I love them. The sun, the water droplets, the wild animals, the animals that act as wild. I just think the resources are so adorable. I think they enhance the theme.
So you couldn't separate the sun and the water
No.
trees. You just had to bunch them all together.
All of them are so well done that I just, as a class, I picked the resources in parks.
Okay. All right. So my number 3 is specifically the marquee cats in Root. I love the cats in Root. I mean, they're just little meeples, but they went as far and draw these little mean faces on the cats, and they looking like it's a war game. So they looking like they all about their business. They got resolve to win this war. And I think they are so adorable. I love them little things. So that's my number 3.
So, my number 2, and I wasn't sure if this broke the rules, but I checked with someone else, and she agreed that it didn't break the rules. So, my number 2 is the artifacts in Forbidden Island.
Oh, the artifacts in
Yes, I love those.
Which one?
I have to pick one.
Yes, you have to pick one.
Okay, the lion.
The lion. Okay, I got that. All right, the lion. So yeah, I can get that. That you kind of.
Truthfully, I like them all, but okay.
Okay, but you had to pick one.
Okay, we pick one.
Okay, so the lion in Forbidden Island.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Now, when I tell you my number 2, you're gonna because you probably wondered why. Like I thought this would be your number 1.
Okay.
But my number 2 is the berries in Everdale.
Well, I knew it was gonna be on your list, so yeah, I really want to know what your number 1 is.
Yeah,
now.
I love the berries in Everdale. I love the squishiness of them. I was watching Rodney Smith on Watch It Played, and when he did a run through of Everdale, and when he was like, if you ever run out of the berries, you could bring in a suitable replacement. And he brought in a little bowl of actual berries. And I thought that was like, okay, that's funny. All right, so that's my. I love all the resources in Everdale are beautiful.
Yes.
But those berries, just the fact that they went that far, squishy and all that, I love the berries in Everdale. So now we at number 1. We haven't had a crossover.
So my number 1 is the magnetic tiles in Planet.
Oh,
Because
okay.
when you place them on the board, which is not really a board,
It's a 3D board.
It's but it's actually a mini globe, and I just think that is so cool. I just love that.
So she loves Planet because of the globe. When we first met, she told me that she always wanted a globe. And I was like, okay. And the next time we saw each other, I bought her a globe. And I made sure it was a good globe. Not no flat globe. I made sure that it had the little bumpy mountains and all that stuff. So, she was really happy with it.
Yes.
All right. So, what beat out the berries in Everdale?
Please do tell.
All right. My number 1 component are the little skeleton meeples in Dead Man Tell No Tales. I love when I first played Dead Man and I saw those little skeleton meeples and they actually got the little eye patch on them and I'm like, and I love when the trap door comes up and they start going all over the ship. And I keep hearing like the little minion sound from Despicable Me whenever I see the little skeleton meeples. I think those are so cool. And so that's my favorite game component of all time. I love those things. And there's been some great components that come out in games.
Yes.
But these are our top 5.
Yes.
Okay. So, if you really enjoyed this video, like I said, hit the like button, subscribe, give us a shout out, in the comments. In the comments below, put down what are your favorite board game components, and follow the same rules, of course. Can't be deluxe, it got to be specific to the board game. And like I said, follow us on Facebook and Instagram. And I'm Dwayne.
I'm Alicia.
This has been Blackboard Gaming, and we will see you next time.